Hey guys, James here from Honest Cigar Reviews, and today is the day I've been long awaiting. I bought this cigar on my honeymoon, and if you guys remember, I was in the Grand Bahama Island, and I thought this was a Cuban, and I was mistaken later that night. I tried to return this thing 3 or 4 times. The lady said, "No returns, man." Here it is. A fake Behike. Now, you know, at first I was like, I'm just excited just to try a Cuban. Then I was like, whatever, I'll just keep it anyway. It should be a good conversation piece. It looks and smells great. But the only thing that I could really figure out when I bought it was that the label was not right. The label is supposed to have this sort of fingerprint kind of on the middle hologram there, and it's supposed to have a black edge. This doesn't have a black edge. You know, so I found that out pretty quickly. It still has a pigtail. And, you know, I knew the boxes that it came in, I knew that they weren't right either. But I figured, you know, maybe this cigar shop just put it in there, you know, just to hold it. And then it also came in this really dark, I was really impressed with this dark cellophane with this kind of like tax, you know, I'm pretty sure this is fake too. But I was like, okay, I know Cubans don't come in cellophane, but I do know that maybe they have to have special tax, you know, to get them in. So maybe they put this on here to, you know, to pay the tax, you know, of the Bahamas, of the government. I don't know. I just kind of figured, whatever, I'll buy it. All the cigars there I knew looked fake. This one was the only one that was questionable, but yep, it's still fake. It looks good though. So I figured I'd cut it for you guys and see how it smokes. Wow, it still looks good. This wasn't there. This is a traveling mark. But anyway, let's get right into it. Alright, first flavors here. Plenty of smoke output. The draw is excellent. It has this sort of strange spice, and you know, it makes me wonder, because some of these fakes, you know, they just kind of sweep stuff from factory floors. You know, so it could have like paper in there. It could have, you know, stems. It could have all kinds of weird things. So, but it does have a nice aged, creamy, earthy flavor. It's just that spice is kind of unfamiliar to me, so maybe I should just be careful and see what the ash looks like. You know, it was a $30 cigar. I figured, whatever, I'll just try it anyway. Certainly not bad, not a bad flavor, it's just kind of different. Alright, well, I'll catch back with you guys first third here. Wish me luck. Forgot to mention I'm drinking the Glenmorangie Quinta Ruben, which is a Scotch that I finished in port wine barrels. I think the last 6 months of aging. Very, very refined, very soft. And I heard the Glenmorangie stills are super, super tall and thin, so they have a nice refined Scotch. Pretty interesting, and it's really, really smooth. You don't need it with any water or anything. As far as this cigar though, look at that strange tunneling. Is actually burning the filler and not burning the wrapper, even though I did a good job, you know, toasting it up here. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm back again. I've had to keep correcting the burn on this thing. It's burning very strangely. It'll just kind of stop out of nowhere. And when I ashed it, the ash was very flaky and there was a big piece of something stuck in there. Really strange. But the flavors are pretty much the same, kind of this earthy spice. Certainly not bad. But definitely peculiar. See you soon. I just wanted to show you guys a close-up of the band here, so you can see, well, hopefully you can see why this is a fake. Those holograms in there, they look pretty darn good actually. I mean, I can actually read the word Cohiba, but it's not right. It's not centered right. The squares are not perfectly centered, as you can see on the left here. They actually are cut off by the gold on the edge. They're supposed to be perfectly centered. Let's see over here on the actual main part. The word Behike isn't perfectly centered, and you don't see any of those kind of fingerprint grooves in the hologram. And the hologram doesn't have that back border. So there's quite a few different things that give this away. That actually looks pretty decent, this side right here. But yeah, the new ones I guess even have more security codes, because this is probably the most, probably other than maybe a Monte Cristo, this is probably the most faked. So yeah, that's how you can tell. And then, you know, after smoking this thing, see how there's kind of like weird pits in the that are kind of chunking out, and it's not burning accurately. I've had to relight this thing like 5 times. Also, the shade is a little bit off. So there's just a lot of things that I should have noticed when I first bought it, but I didn't. But you know what? They say in the Bahamas, 80 or 90% of the Cubans there are actually fake. So just don't buy anything in the Bahamas. If you're gonna go to Bahamas, I'd just stick with Grey Cliffs, you know, because those are a nice Bahamian brand. But you can get those anywhere. So that's how you can tell. I have to keep on relighting this thing, and it's getting kind of squishy already, so I might have to put it down. See, I can push out, but I can't draw. I had to purge the crap out of it. Very, very strange. See, now I can draw. All right, it's getting dark. This thing is not putting out flavors. It keeps going out. It has a strange sort of like bitter flavor, like that kind of paper flavor again. So I'll just put this out and say lesson hard learned. Thank you guys for watching. If I had to review this thing, I'd probably put it at like a 6, you know, maybe a 5. I mean, it's smokable, but it's not necessarily enjoyable, and it's certainly not enjoyable for $30. So just watch out for those fake Cubans, and stay tuned for more cigar reviews.